Sami, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend is going great. We're going to go over the market and I'll go over my swing ideas for the week. Before we start, as always, if you find benefit, hit the like button. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. Our email is info@t3live.com. All right, here we go. So we'll start off by going over the market. Market has been in a dead sideways trend for a long time, as you can see. We had an attempt to break down last week, only to get bought on Friday. And Friday's bar was very bullish, but it doesn't mean that we're higher. It also doesn't mean we're lower. Now that we created a pivot on the daily chart, this is a daily chart of the Qs, we would have to break under it to assume to be bearish going forward. We really would have to break under that pivot. Same on the SPY. The SPY is even more bullish and does have that double bottom that I was looking for on the Qs. Actually, the SPY has it. And if we break under, then definitely lower. But it's unlikely. And I think it's very unlikely to break lower, not because of the Qs or the SPY, but more so because of the IWM. The IWM basically was putting in a buy setup, and the buy setup seemed to be failing. And then completely in one day, went right back up and resumed the uptrend. So for it to actually come back in and fail on this big move up and break down would be, to me, would be shocking. Not that I want it to go one way or the other, but I would be absolutely shocked if the IWM came back in and broke that pivot. So this is why I think we're actually going to go back up and continue higher. As far as the Qs, the SPY, especially the Qs, when will we actually break out? Who knows? It could take another 6 months. Who knows? It could take another week or two. There's no way to predict that, but the IWM to me is the one that is kind of giving us a clue as to the direction of the market going forward, which I think is going back up. All right, so enough about the market. Let's go over the swing ideas. I have a long list in the video description that you can use for the whole week, but for Monday, here's what I got as the favorites. I have the Ericsson, which had a bullish gap right here on earnings, and now it's been basing. The longer it bases, the tighter the base is, the better it becomes. But even if it breaks out from a seemingly wide and sloppy base, I still like it higher over the base, stop under. And then if we wanted to look for the target, it would be the top of that candle, which is about 1250, 1275. Okay, on the Ericsson. Another one that looks like the Ericsson is the KMI. That's the monthly chart. Monthly has been basing all year, basically last year. And this year, at the beginning of the year, broke out. So to me, this looks really good to 40, to 50. Who knows? Has plenty of room. Here's the weekly into the prior high, but I think it can overcome it since it already took out 1 year worth of resistance. So I think it can easily overcome this. I like it higher right here. Stop either under last week's low, or if you want safer, wider stop, then under the prior week's low. So that's the KMI that looks like Ericsson on the daily. The FTV is a 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. When we have a base, a breakout, and we get a narrow range bar, that's called a 1, 2, 3. If we get 2 of them, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. The igniting bar is considered number 1, number 2, number 3, and then where's number 4? Number 4 is when you get a bar, a green bar that clears the highs, that takes out the highs of both bars 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this is called a 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. So in which case the entry is over the highs right here. The stop is under the lowest low, which would be under Friday's low. Okay, so it looks like it's over 61.15 with a stop under 58.44. Target wise, plenty of room, like $70, not quite. Maybe let's say 69 or so. So I like it, not bad at all on the FTV. GERN is looking pretty good. Had a massive base breakout at the beginning of last week, and then it went side, pulled in a little bit, and then on Friday popped. I actually got an alert for it. I set up an alert, but I didn't get in it because I was busy with crypto on Friday, yesterday. So now we can play over the double top, long stop right here. This is one of my favorite ideas for Monday, but the issue with it is the limited target. I don't know what the target is. I think the target could be just 175. It might be a little bit more. Maybe, maybe it goes to 250, but I don't know that it goes far, way more than 2 to 250. 250 would be the absolute most. So it doesn't have a huge target. It's not a bad target, but not a huge target. We have a couple of climactic setups in the INTA and the IT. So INTA down a lot and then gaps down. So long over that bar's high, stop up under it. This is a high risk, high reward type of a trade, meaning it could easily stop out. So 24.65 by 22.75, so that's $2. Target would be about 30 bucks. IT, I'd love for it to base a little bit more and then over the highs, stop under the pivot, which is about 149, target 200. The PayPal is different, but it's similar concept in that it's down a lot, gaps down, and then now long over 41.01 with a stop under 38.88. That's a gap fade trade, the gap fade strategy. So those three look alike. KMI we talked about. MTSI is a breakout plus a 1, 2, 3. So long right here, stop right here. Looks okay. Looks okay to me. PRMB is a breakout. So long over the base, right? Just over that red bar. Stop under the base, or if you want tighter, then under the green bar's high. Under the green bar's low. Target on this would be about 22 bucks. Okay. PayPal we talked about. TD is just a flat out base breakout. Looks really good. So over the base, stop under it, and this thing can last weeks and months. So I like it. I like it a lot. ZM is the one that never works or never goes. I haven't traded it in months probably, but I really love that monthly chart. It's just, I don't know if it's ever going to work because it tried here, didn't work. Trying again, I'm not sure it's going to trigger and work, but if it triggers and works, this could be an absolute home run. Over 94, stop under the green bars though. Okay, that's the zoom. And then the ZWS triggered on Friday, didn't do it. Now I have the chance to do it over 50 to 84 with a stop under 50.50. Look at that massive daily base breakout. So I like it. I like it a lot. There's a lot more ideas in the video description. Check them out. The shorts, I have a few. The BRBR, the market is going up, and this thing is just the opposite. Has like a 1, 2, 3, so short under 1945 with 1935 with a stop over 2022. I don't love the shorts, but you never know. The FUBO is similar. It's a base breakdown on the hourly chart. So short right here, stop right there on the FUBO. The LSPD is a cleaner 1, 2, 3 on the daily than say the BRBR. Short under 920, stop over 965. SFM, similar to the BRBR, is a 1, 2, 3. So short under Thursday's low, stop over Friday's low. And then the SanDisk is a climactic sell setup that triggered already. And I like it lower still. It's not really set up short. The reason why I have it on my bearish list, it's set up short last week, but you're not in it already, you're a bit late. The reason why I have it on the list is so I can add to it as a short position in case it breaks under 562 or so. Those are some short positions. I forgot to go over Bitcoin. I hope you managed to like play it or even as a day trade on Friday and Thursday. I started entering on Thursday actually. XRP, I have BSOL, I have all three. I also have Coin, I have HUD, and I have the docs all in my IRA account. We'll see if this low holds. But this was a fantastic opportunity after a big drop with a big volume spike right into the 200 MA on the weekly chart of Bitcoin. So I have even Bitcoin on a chart. Let me maybe pull it up. 1 second. Let's see. So I don't have Bitcoin chart, but I can look it up real quick. So let's take a look. So here we go. It's around 69,000, but what I like about it is the fact that it dropped on the weekly into that 200 MA. See it? So I'm just trying to line up the charts. Here we go. Big drop into support, into that 200, and so far generated a nice bounce. Ethereum, not as good, but similar, you know, had a bounce. Solana had a big bounce. It even crashed in the post market on Thursday, so it was way down here. XRP was the best, and it had, I mean, the best weekly, biggest rally by far. I took 2/3 of it already. It was up over 14K on that trade, and I only had 3,500 shares, just FYI, of not XRP the coin, but XRP the stock. I mean the ETF, because that's kind of target. It really already reached target. So all of these, and then coin looks even better. I mean, honestly, this looks better than Bitcoin, like a lot better. HUD I didn't like as much, but it looks okay too, especially when you look at the monthly chart. That's a pretty good monthly. Coin I like more, especially on the daily. Monthly also got to support, so it was pretty good. And then the DOX was just an amazing novice gap on the daily chart, so I bought it. I submitted an order in the pre-market, and it wouldn't fill because the stock opened really late. It opened like 5 minutes late on Friday. So because I submitted the order in the pre-market, and I'm like, why is it not filling? And so it didn't fill. Actually, like it actually just was that. If that's where it opened, it means it's 2 minutes. But I thought it opened like 5 minutes late. But it looks like it opened only 2 minutes. But at any rate, if you look at the monthly on this, big drop into the all-time low. So, you know, not quite into the all-time low, but my stop was going to be under the all-time low, which was 1970 or so. So we'll see. I picked up all 5 of these, 6 of these in my IRA account. So we'll see how they play out. This was really, really nice also on Friday. It just kept going up and up and up. And then it didn't just go up and up, but I mean, it just eventually went up, but initially it hesitated for a while and then eventually closed at the high. So those are climactic buy setups, favorite of which would be the coin. Still is not too late, but I think, you know, after such a big rally, not in the coin so much, but in Bitcoin, I think we might see a correction. I also picked up 100 shares of BR. Forgot about it, but we'll see. After such a big rally, I think we'll see a correction over the next couple of days, in which case we might get a higher low. So, you know, here's the climactic move, and then you get a correction, maybe higher low. Maybe can pick some up on the higher low. So we'll see how things set up, but those are things to keep an eye on because they really look good on the larger time frame. All right, this was a longer video than I expected, but I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun if you watch the Super Bowl tomorrow, and I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to check out the links in the video description to find out how you can join my service. Thank you so much, and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.